Harappa is an archaeological site in Punjab, Pakistan, about 24 kilometers, 15 miles, west of Sahawal. The Bronze Age Harappan Civilization, now more often called the Indus Valley Civilization, is named after the site, which takes its name from a modern village near the former course of the Ravi River, which now runs 8 kilometers, 5.0 miles, to the north. The core of the Harappan civilization extended over a large area, from Gujarat in the south, across Sindh and Rajasthan and extending into Punjab and Haryana. Numerous sites have been found outside the core area, including some as far east as Uttar Pradesh and as far west as Sutkajandur on the Makran coast of Balochistan, not far from Iran. The site of the ancient city contains the ruins of a Bronze Age fortified city, which was part of the Harappan civilization centered in Sindh and the Punjab, and then the cemetery H culture. The city is believed to have had as many as 23,500 residents and occupied about 150 hectares, 370 acres, with clay brick houses at its greatest extent during the mature Harappan phase, 2600 BC, 1900 BC, which is considered large for its time. Per archaeological convention of naming a previously unknown civilizations by its first excavated site, the Indus Valley Civilization is also called the Harappan Civilization. The ancient city of Harappa was heavily damaged under British and French rule, when bricks from the ruins were used as track ballast in the construction of the Lahore-Multan Railway, citation needed. The current village of Harappa is less than 1 kilometer (0.62 miles) from the ancient site. Although modern Harappa has a legacy railway station from the British Raj period, it is a small crossroads town of 15,000 people today. In 2005, a controversial amusement park scheme at the site was abandoned when builders unearthed many archaeological artifacts during the early stages of building work. The Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, is one of the world's oldest and most enigmatic ancient civilizations. Flourishing around 2500 BCE in what is now modern-day India and Pakistan, it predates both the Egyptian and Mesopotamian civilizations. Despite its significance, the Harappan civilization remains shrouded in mystery, with many aspects of its culture, language, and decline still under debate among scholars. The Harappans developed one of the world's earliest urban societies, with well-planned cities and advanced infrastructure. They were skilled in trade, agriculture, and crafts, evidenced by their sophisticated pottery, jewelry, and seals. The Harappans also had a system of writing, which is yet to be fully deciphered. By 1900 BCE, their cities began to decline, possibly due to environmental changes or invasion. In this article, we delve into the fascinating world of the Harappans, examining their origins, culture, achievements, and the intriguing questions that continue to captivate historians and archaeologists. Despite their mysterious disappearance, the Harappan civilization left a lasting impact on the region's culture, architecture, and societal structure. Origins and geography. 3300 BCE. Early settlements. The Harappan civilization was named after Harappa, one of its major urban centers, discovered in the 1920s by British archaeologist Sir John Marshall. Another key site is Mohenjo-daro, which means Mound of the Dead, in Sindhi, indicating its historical significance. The civilization's heartland extended across the Indus River Valley, encompassing present-day northwestern India and southern Pakistan, with settlements along the Indus River and its tributaries. The Harappan civilization, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, began to emerge around 3300 BCE in what is now modern-day Pakistan and northwest India. The early settlements were primarily agricultural communities, with evidence of advanced urban planning and sophisticated water management systems. Archaeological excavations have revealed the remains of large cities, such as Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, suggesting a highly organized society. The origins of the Harappan civilization are still debated, with theories suggesting migration from various regions. Some scholars propose that it was an indigenous development, while others argue for an influx of people from the west, potentially from ancient Mesopotamia or the Iranian plateau. Recent genetic studies have provided some insights, but the question remains open. Cities and urban planning. 2600 BCE. Urbanization. By 2600 BCE, one of the most remarkable aspects of the Harappan civilization was its urban planning and architecture. The Harappans constructed several well-planned cities, complete with advanced infrastructure. The Harappan civilization had entered its urban phase. The cities expanded, with well-planned street grids, brick houses, and public buildings. The construction of elaborate drainage systems, public baths, and granaries indicates a high level of civic planning and engineering skills. Remarkably, the cities had an advanced water supply and sewage system, with wells, bathing platforms, and covered drains. The presence of standardized weights and measures suggests a centralized authority governing trade and commerce. Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, the two largest cities, boasted impressive structures, including large public baths, granaries, and a great bath at Mohenjo-Daro believed to have religious and ritualistic significance. The cities were fortified, indicating a level of central authority and the need for defense. Language and script. One of the most significant challenges in understanding the Harappan civilization is deciphering its written script. The Harappans left behind inscriptions in a script that remains undeciphered to this day. Scholars have not been able to conclusively identify the language spoken by the Harappans, adding to the mystery surrounding this ancient civilization. Efforts to decode the script continue, but the lack of a bilingual text has hindered progress. 2500 BCE. Trade and commerce. The Harappan civilization was a hub of economic activity, with a sophisticated trade network that extended to regions as distant as Mesopotamia and the Persian Gulf. The Harappans engaged in extensive trade both within their civilization and with other contemporary cultures. Archaeological evidence, such as the discovery of seals and pottery, includes seals depicting various animals and symbols, which were likely used for trade and administrative purposes. The Harappans were skilled artisans, producing intricate pottery, jewelry, and sculptures. They were particularly known for their distinctive red pottery with black designs. Additionally, they excelled in metallurgy, crafting copper and bronze objects, and had access to valuable resources like gold and semi-precious stones. By far the most exquisite and obscure artifacts unearthed to date are the small, square steatite, soapstone, seals engraved with human or animal motifs. A large number of seals have been found at such sites as Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa. Many bear pictographic inscriptions generally thought to be a form of writing or script. Despite the efforts of philologists from all parts of the world, and despite the use of modern cryptographic analysis, the signs remain undeciphered. It is also unknown if they reflect Proto-Dravidian or other non-Vedic languages. The ascribing of Indus Valley civilization iconography and epigraphy to historically known cultures is extremely problematic, in part due to the rather tenuous archaeological evidence for such claims, as well as the projection of modern South Asian political concerns onto the archaeological record of the area. This is especially evident in the radically varying interpretations of Harappan material culture as seen from both Pakistan and India-based scholars. In February 2006, a school teacher in the village of Sembiankandiyur in Tamil Nadu discovered a stone celt tool, with an inscription estimated to be up to 3,500 years old. Indian epigraphist Iravatha Mahadevan postulated that the four signs were in the Indus script and called the find the greatest archaeological discovery of a century in Tamil Nadu. Based on this evidence, he goes on to suggest that the language used in the Indus Valley was of Dravidian origin. However, the absence of a Bronze Age in South India, contrasted with the knowledge of bronze-making techniques in the Indus Valley cultures, calls into question the validity of this hypothesis. The area of the late Harappan period consisted of areas of Daimabad, Maharashtra, and Badakhshan regions of Afghanistan. The area covered by this civilization would have been very large, with a distance of around 2,400 kilometers, 1,500 miles, indicates a network of long-distance trade routes. They traded in goods such as agricultural products, textiles, metals, and precious stones. The presence of seals in distant regions attests to the extensive trade relationships the Harappans maintained. The presence of these trade networks suggests a prosperous and interconnected society, social structure and religion. The social structure of the Harappan civilization remains a subject of debate among scholars. It is likely that they had a hierarchical society with a ruling elite and a well-defined division of labor. The absence of monumental structures like pyramids or palaces suggests a more egalitarian society compared to contemporaneous civilizations. Religion played a significant role in Harappan life. Archaeological findings reveal a reverence for animals such as bulls and the practice of ritualistic bathing. Terracotta figurines of deities, possibly representing a mother goddess, have also been discovered. Some scholars speculate that the Great Bath at Mohenjo-Daro had religious significance and was used for purification rituals. In 1900 BCE. Decline and disappearance. Around 1900 BCE, the Harappan civilization started to decline. The decline of the Harappan civilization is another enigma that continues to baffle historians and archaeologists. Around 1900 BCE, the major cities of the civilization began to decline and were eventually abandoned. The reasons for this decline remain speculative, with theories ranging from environmental factors such as a changing climate and river such as a shift in the course of the rivers on which they relied for agriculture, as well as socio-political instability and external invasions. Shifts to invasion by Indo-Aryan groups. The once flourishing cities were gradually abandoned, and the Harappan civilization disintegrated. Some evidence suggests that Harappan culture continued in a reduced form in the region, and it may have played a role in shaping subsequent civilizations in the Indian subcontinent. The legacy of the Harappans may have been absorbed into the Vedic culture that followed. Conclusion. Legacy and rediscovery. After the disintegration of the Harappan civilization, its legacy was largely forgotten. It was not until the 1920s that the ancient cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were rediscovered by archaeologists. Through their excavations, scholars have gained valuable insights into the urban planning, architecture, and cultural practices of the Harappans. The Harappan civilization, with its advanced urban planning, mysterious script, and enigmatic decline, continues to captivate the imagination of historians and archaeologists. Despite the challenges in decoding its secrets, ongoing research and discoveries promise to shed more light on this ancient civilization. The legacy of the Harappans undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the cultural tapestry of the Indian subcontinent and serves as a testament to human innovation and adaptation in the face of adversity.